Good morning and welcome to Radio Row. We're here live in Los Angeles just a couple of days before the Super Bowl. Today, this morning, meeting with Marcus Trufant, NFL alumni, about the Trufant Family Foundation. Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited right now. I've got a cup of coffee right here. First interview of the day, talking about, let's start with your playing career. You have two brothers and all of you have been in the NFL, correct?
Yes, two younger brothers. My middle brother Isaiah played with the Jets and had a quick stint with the Browns. My youngest brother Desmond is still currently playing, or he played last year with the Las Vegas Raiders, but played a long time with the Falcons. And so a family of football players.
I love it. And you and your wife are raising 5 kids.
Yes,
I love it.
Just got a dog. I was talking a little bit about that off camera, but we're don't feel like we have enough to do now, so we went and got a dog.
Why not? So talking about not having enough to do, Mark.
I really want to talk to you.
About your foundation, which you're the president.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yes,
and what
my
you're doing.
foundation, the Trufant Family Foundation, started it my first year. I got drafted. 2003, way back in time. Way back in time, but the Trufant.
You're dating
us.
us.
The Family Foundation is the family foundation. My mom is very involved. My father was very involved. My wife's very involved, and aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody is for the community. I was drafted to my home city. I played for the Seahawks. I grew up in Tacoma, Washington. That's about 45 minutes south. So to be able to give back to a community that gave to me as a young man was very high on my priority list. So what we do as a foundation, we give scholarships, and we've been doing that for a number of years, and reoccurring scholarships. A lot of foundations, a lot of organizations don't do the reoccurring side of it. We feel like that's very important. And to go with those scholarships is usually a scholarship by itself isn't enough. So those wraparound services for food, for support, for housing, all that kind of stuff is what we're working on. And it's really just about giving the youth opportunities that they might not have. I feel like opportunities can take you anywhere you want to go. So if that's through education or if that's through anything, that's what the Trufant Family Foundation wants to come in.
So, Marcus, I got to ask you this. We were at the Pro Bowl last week, right? And Pro Bowler in general, the best of the best, right? And I'm asking a player, and I'm not going to call him out, just asking somebody, what are you passionate about? What kind of charities do you support? And he says, right now I'm just focused on football. And when I retire, I'll start thinking about giving back. And I get it. The business, and the NFL is business. You're protecting your job. But at the same time, you started this in year 1 of your NFL career. So as a rookie, here's Marcus with the foundation. Who mentored you? Who inspired you? Where did that come from?
I think that comes from just the way I was brought up, right? I talked about my mom and my dad, and it's really just about not so much always just thinking about yourself. Of course, you want to take care of yourself. You want to make sure you're okay, but how are your brothers doing? How are your sisters doing? How are your friends doing? How are your peers doing in your community? And that's just how I grew up. I have a large family. I have a bunch of cousins, and I've always had a lot of friends. So most things it's been about the group. You want to do it for the squad, right? And just make sure that everybody's good. So that's really where it comes from. It's just not to be selfish. You want to help your neighbor, and that's really what it comes down to. But I feel like sometimes players feel like they don't have a choice, right? You talked about that player that you talked to, but being put in a box. If you're going to be a good NFL player, you have to live, sleep, and eat football. What they tell you, which part of that is true, but you can be well-rounded. You're only going to play in the NFL for a short amount of time. The NFL stands for not for long. So to be well-rounded, to give back to the community, to even think about your post-career, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not doing that. A lot of us did that. I did that as well. As far as my next career, I didn't want to invest or do anything like that. I really wanted to focus in, and I had to learn, okay, I'm done now. I'm retired. What do I do? And if you don't try to set that up early, you can be in a tough spot.
You raise a really interesting point, which is while you're playing football, you have a platform and an opportunity to impact so many people because you have that stage. And one of the things that I love from the work that you've done with the Family Foundation is you've created really an ongoing platform to do that. It's not about throwing a one-off party or golf outing or something like that. You've really looked at how we can make a long-term impact. So talk a little bit about the development of that foundation, how you got it off the ground, because so many people want to do it and they don't realize how much work goes into it.
Right. So a gentleman like myself, I'm fairly cheap, right? So anything that you do, you can't be cheap with your time. And you want to be smart about your money that you're going to put into it. And it takes a team. I know a lot of people try to do it on their own or kind of work through it and say you got it, but you got to build the correct team. You got to put people in place to be you in those other rooms and be able to go out and get money and secure grants and do all that kind of stuff. You got to have a big vision and you got to think long ball. Just like you said, it's not just about doing this one event. I want my foundation to be able to impact as many people as we can, and it's going to take teams, it's going to take money, it's going to take time and energy, but it can be done.
Marcus, I love it. I want to thank you for working hard to create hope and possibility. And I know it's not just you, and I know how humble you are. I want to thank you and your wife and your mom and your entire family for the work you're doing. It's clear you're working hard to build stronger, healthier, more inclusive communities. Sports is the venue. We're so thankful that you joined us today, took time out of your busy schedule here on Radio Row.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My name is Kayla Brad. I'm here today with Roy Kessel, Marcus Trufant, president of the Trufant Family Foundation. Roy, take us out.
Thank you, Kayla. Marcus, we really appreciate your time. I know you've got a hectic day on Radio Row here at the Super Bowl. Keep doing the great work. We look forward to collaborating with you and seeing how we can help support and expand the work that you're doing. And for all our viewers and listeners, we appreciate you taking time to join us at the Sports Philanthropy Network, live on Radio Row from Super Bowl 56. For Kayla Branham, I'm Roy Kessel and the Sports Philanthropy Network. Please remember to live generously. Thank you.
1 second. I'm frozen. There we go.